Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing the legend of Korra. This is book 4, chapter 6, titled The Battle of Zaofu. Things are really heating up right now. Korra, she's finally, back into things after the Airbender kids. They sort of found her there in the swamp with Toph. And now she's just been thrust into this whole situation with Kuvira and her Earth Empire. And Kuvira has showed up with her entire army at the doorsteps of Zaofu. And, just from the title of this episode, I'm guessing we're getting into a big battle here. So it's just like, what's going to happen? And even like at the end of the last one, after Korra went and talked to Kuvira, she went back to Zaofu and was planning on talking to Sue about maybe finding a peaceful resolution in some way. But no, Sue, she's decided that she's just gonna try and take Kuvira out. So is that a good idea? What's gonna happen? It's a very muddled situation, I guess you could say. Like, because we understand Kuvira, we understand where she's coming from, and that's the good thing about the villains in this series, is that they are very three-dimensional, but it's more of the way they're going about things, and of course, creating an empire. And we heard about these re-education camps as well, which is like Bolin is on his way to one of those, and Varrick is gonna keep on working on this project, even though he doesn't want to. And Shu Li, she betrayed them, or betrayed Varrick. Although we also kind of understand where she's coming from with how Varrick has been treating her. So it's just, a lot is going on. Do you have anything you want to say before we start this one?
I think it's pretty obvious.
Oh, yeah.
I got a new haircut. And if you don't like it, I don't want to hear it. Honestly, I don't want to hear it if you don't like it.
Yes.
It's as easy as that. You don't have to spread negativity all around just because you don't like my haircut. It's fucking hair. Yeah. Thank you very much.
If you have anything nice to say, do it. If
Please
you don't, then don't. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's do it. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for some of the shows that we're doing, including The Legend of Korra, where we are several episodes ahead. We might even be getting close to the end of book 4 over on Patreon when you're watching this on YouTube. If you want to watch ahead, the link is down in the description below. And here we go. Whoa.
Even without Kuvira, they could still crush us.
Most of this army has been forced into service by Kuvira. Tonight, we end her reign of terror.
Damn.
Oh,
That's not good.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just Sue and her 2 sons doing this by themselves?
She's alone in there. Now's our chance.
And while she's sleeping, even. That's... Whoa. Cool.
Yeah, I knew it.
That's not...
Don't hurt me.
Yeah.
Julie? Take them.
Korra, you have to go stop Sue before she does something terrible.
All we can do now is wait.
Attention, citizens of Zaofu. Your leader, Su Beifong, attempted to attack me tonight while I slept.
They did not have to wait long.
Why is that loudspeaker lady talking when I'm trying to sleep?
Janora and I will go talk to Kuvira at dawn, and maybe we can work something out.
Yeah, that hair.
Cookie jar empty. No hot towels. Waxy buildup. Julie!
What?
Kuvira wants the Spirit Vine weapon operational as soon as possible.
Well, I'm really only productive for about 15 minutes a day, usually in the afternoon around 3:45.
Same.
You'll work now. As long as he doesn't need his hands afterwards.
What's he talking about, sir?
I wouldn't want to assist me if I were you.
Maybe we should just let the kid help him out.
Fine.
Can we get breakfast first? While we still have hands?
Alright, smart play, Varrick. Smart play.
Yep.
Where's Bolin? I know he would never go along with this.
But I assure you, he's on board with my plans. You two have been apart for some time. I guess you don't realize how much Bolin has grown up.
Liar.
This is about equality.
You don't care about equality. This is about control.
It looks like you're not giving me a choice.
Fine. I will fight the Avatar one-on-one.
Oh.
Korra, if you win, then you can do whatever you want with Zaofu. But after I beat you, I want you out of my business for good. You're not relevant here anymore.
Fine. You want to fight the Avatar? Then let's finish this. Right here,
Fuck.
right now.
Kuvira is really sure of herself.
Yep.
Yeah, sure, I can fight the Avatar. Come on, Korra.
Looks like the Avatar is a little off her game.
Come on, Korra.
Fuck it, just go into the Avatar state.
The last time we ran the current through the vine, we couldn't control the power, so I'm trying something new to see if I can direct it.
What was that, wink? Well, this is pretty frustrating to watch.
We have to help her.
No.
No! Stay back!
I first got the idea for harnessing spirit power when I watched that giant Unalak monster attack the city from my jail cell. Trust me, kid, I know what I'm doing. There we go!
What's that ticking?
The bomb that's gonna explode in 5 minutes and destroy this entire train. All of the spirit vines and everything else within a few hundred yards.
You know what? I'd get out of here if I were you. You're bluffing. Grab him.
Pull me away from this thing and I'll hit this remote and blow it immediately.
Why do you have a timer and a remote?
Whatever! I'm covering all my bases. The point is, you're leaving, we're staying.
Shit. Really tense. Alright. She's not gonna kill her though. Damn it.
I knew you were weak. You broke our agreement. Attack!
Shit. Yeah, create a freaking tornado.
Stunning work, Iki. It hurts my eyes with its raw emotional power.
And what is he drawing? We know he's pretty good.
Pedestrian. I already know what you're looking
Jesus,
for.
fuck.
I want you to show me the inner Milo.
You have to get Korra and the rest of us out of here now! Hurry!
You're insane.
You knew that when you hired me. Bolin, do the thing.
What thing?
Unhook the cars. Oh, come on, that was an easy one.
How do we turn this thing off?
Oh, we can't turn it off. We're gonna blow up. But we had a pretty good run, right?
What are you talking about, a good run? I'm still running. I like running.
I'll see you on the other side, Julie.
Nope.
I want you to know I hate you.
I
Damn.
can't believe he actually blew himself up.
Ah, yes, you did it, Bolin. You did the thing. Mwah.
I can't believe Julie worked for you as long as she did.
No, yeah. I get that.
Here comes a hurricane!
We got her! Go!
Get out of here! We'll be fine!
I love you!
Zaofu is ours!
You haven't invaded the city yet. Or, well, okay.
Bring the citizens of Zaofu to kneel before the Great Uniter.
Sure, this is about equality.
I'm
I'm so disappointed in you, Junior.
Take them away! Get your hands off me! You're crushing my individuality.
I'll just need an assistant.
Well,
How would you like to help Batar build the most powerful weapon the world has ever seen?
It would be my honor, Great Uniter.
Weapon, of course.
Begin dismantling the domes.
dismantling the domes? Okay. Making some changes to Zaofu as well.
Yeah.
Damn, that was just very intense. Not a lot happened per se, but what happened was just edge of the seat kind of intense. But that was chapter 6, the Battle of Zaofu, and it wasn't as much of a lot of people battling it out and armies going against each other kind of battle. It was between two people, Kuvira and Korra. And it's so hard to watch Korra still be in this state where she just can't win any battles, it seems like, against anyone, and especially not the battle that's raging inside of herself. That's the one that she still hasn't overcome, even though they got the poison out. So it's, oh man, it's so frustrating, but also very real, very human when you've gone through the things that Korra has gone through in her life, what we've seen in the first 3 books.
But also just in general, again, relating to her state of mind, that even though that you overcome some trauma or some sort of like, you get better after, for example, a depression or something like that, you still have that doubt within you, and you still have like your demons, like they will never completely disappear. You will never be completely cured in that regard. You will always have that voice or that
block in there in some way.
And sometimes you can actually block that voice out. That's all, at least, again, I'm only speaking from my own experience, but like that voice is, you can like tone it down and choose not to listen to it. But sometimes that voice becomes so overpowering, especially if it hits some sort of trigger points.
Yeah.
And this battle hit some trigger points within her. And that's when she saw herself, and
Yeah, I think a lot of it is also the fact that, like, as you're saying, it's always going to be there. And I think it's more prevalent when you're doing something like, Korra doing something that she's not 100% sure of. And like, she's still very doubtful about what's going on, about herself, her role in this. It would be easier to drown it out, I think, if she knew what she was doing was 100% right. Or she was just being more confident in what she was doing. Then it would be easier, to drown out those stupid voices. But that's not what happened here. Even she went into the Avatar state, and that was about to do the trick. Of course, like, I like that there was a battle and it was back and forth, and we know that Kuvira is extremely capable. But if you're going up against the Avatar and an Avatar who goes into the Avatar state, then it's over. Unless that Avatar is very unstable.
Yeah, is battling some shit.
So that's exactly what happened, but thank fuck for the Airbender kids. They are really just amazing at what they're doing, and quick thinking there with the tornado and Jinora getting the rest of them, calling them in and just getting the fuck out of Dodge. Feel very bad for Opal, her watching her family and her entire city and culture just kind of crumble like that. It's just, where all of these people are emotionally, it's tough to watch. It really, really is. But at least we still got a lot of levity in the form of Varrick and Bolin, although that was also an extremely tense situation in the train. But gotta hand it to Varrick. Like, that was some quick thinking with Bolin, getting him there to be his assistant, and then just counting on the fact that, okay, what I'm working on is so intricate and such a new thing that no one is gonna notice if I'm just straight up building a bomb. And I'm gonna use it against these people. And then, yeah, it was a good thing Bolin was there, because then they could get away. So yeah, that they're gonna be able to do something now that they are free. And what that something is, I have no idea yet. I really honestly have no idea what could solve this whole situation that they're in, with Zaofu and the Earth Empire, or just like what should happen. You know, should the Republic, should they intervene? Yeah.
But the Republic is in the Earth Kingdom, right?
Yeah, but it's their own part. Like, they got a part of the Earth Kingdom, which is now not a part of it anymore.
I can't help but think that Kuvira might think, like, why is it gonna stop there? Why is it gonna stop at Zaofu?
Yeah.
Maybe she's gonna get, like, so power hungry that she's gonna say, like, okay, I'm taking Republic City as well.
Yeah, and that might be her undoing, is she's gonna go take it that step further and be like, okay, if I can conquer the entire Earth Kingdom and turn it into my own empire in the name of equality, then what's gonna stop her from doing that to the rest of the world? And I already mentioned it once before. Like, we've seen that with the Fire Nation and how it started with Sosin and what Osai did, where it's like, yeah, I have the power to take this entire world. Why not do that? Just that power-hungry thing there. And we know that that is the underlying motivation, sort of, for Kuvira. I'm sure it started as, you know, I want to do good. I want to unite people. I want to fight for equality. But then she's just got so wrapped up in what she was doing and thinking that, yes, I am 100% right. What I'm like, it seems like she almost kind of persuaded herself that whatever she's doing is the right thing. And when you get to that point as a person, that can be very dangerous. And she's not seeing the dangers or like the red flags when it comes to her power hungriness. I don't know how else to explain it, but we know that she's extorting the situation, and she's obviously the antagonist here, the villain, so to say, even though it might come from good intentions.
Yeah, but it's a slippery slope, this whole thing with power, because I think once you get the taste of it, it's going to taste so sweet that you just can't help yourself but finish the whole bag of power. Or wanting to, at least. And that's just... I have a hard time putting myself in that situation, but we've seen it time and time again. Some person wanting to do better for the country, and suddenly they are just like corrupted by this power, and it's definitely
to quote a superhero franchise, or power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. I think that was from Batman v Superman or something, but yeah, it just came to mind. Maybe not the best example, and I'm sure that line has been used in other things as well. But we know that power corrupts, and it seems like that's what's happening to Kuvira and also her fiance, who's Sue's kid. What's his name? I always forget. Bata?
I think.
Something to that extent. It seems like it's really gone to his head as well. The way that he was just yelling at his father, just kneel, and that whole thing where she wants everyone to kneel like that. It's such a power tripping thing to me, at least. Where why do you need them to kneel as well? Like, it's just if what you're saying is that your main concern is the people and equality, then why treat them like that?
But maybe he was actually Swins husband. Can't remember his name. But maybe he actually hit something, or I kind of hope so. He hit something in Bata by saying, "You disappoint me," or
like
"I'm
that,
very
yeah.
disappointed in you." Well, at least it's gonna hurt. That will
hopefully.
Yeah.
That when one of your parents say that they're disappointed in you, that's never a nice feeling. So yeah, you're right. Maybe that will hit something in there. But besides that, like, there's not a lot to talk about with this episode, I think. Or I'm sure there's many things we could dive into, character motivations, what we think is right or wrong. But I think the whole situation is still kind of muddled, and I just want to see it play out. We don't have any Patreon questions for this one either, because it's just a bit impromptu today. Then, oh, okay, yeah, we're going to be watching some episodes. We finally found some time to do that. But do you have anything else you want to add to this one?
A few things.
A few things, all right.
I think it was wonderful to see that emo kid. We haven't seen much of him.
Oh, yeah.
But I just think he was used as a comic relief, and I think it worked wonderfully in this one. I think he was so funny.
Yeah.
What did he say? Don't touch me! You're hurting my individuality.
Yeah.
That
was a great line. And a great scene with Iki and Milo doing the paintings, and Milo showing us again that he's a really good painter, or he's good at drawing. Like, he's just really good at that, even though it's sort of disturbing what he then painted. But very much in character, I should say.
I also loved the whole thing with them waking up in the middle of the night or whenever, and his hair, like the emo dude's hair, was just like all over the place. I just couldn't help myself. But I know it was like a serious situation, but I just couldn't help.
Yeah, but it's those like small moments in there where if you notice it, it's quite funny. But it doesn't really break the scene, or it doesn't break with what's happening at all. It's just these small details here and there that they are very good at overall, I think, in this series, and also in The Last Airbender.
Yeah, and then we had Varrick really wanting to explode himself in classic Mad Men style, but and then Bolin was just kind of slapping some sense into him and taking him away. But just before he was kind of succumbing to exploding, he said, "I'll see you on the other side, Julie." So I think there's definitely a deep appreciation for like some sort of love for her.
Oh yeah.
I can't tell if it's pure platonic, but there's definitely something there. It's just apparently he's just a person that has a very hard time expressing himself in terms of endearment towards Julie.
Yeah.
And he was definitely very hurt by her betrayal.
Very hurt, and that's right there to me definitely a sign that he loves her, or he has great affection towards her. The way that how he felt so betrayed from what she did, and I still have a feeling that something's gonna happen there, and she might turn again at some point, even though when we saw her there at the end, like, she's more than willing to work on this weapon, which is, I guess, sort of like, you could take it as an analogy of like something like Oppenheimer, or something,
exactly.
Working on clean energy with nuclear and then ending up creating a horrible weapon in the atomic bomb. And that's sort of what Kuvira wants them to. Like, she wants a weapon. She doesn't want clean energy. And once again, if you were only concerned about equality and people and the good of the world, why focus on creating weapons when you could focus on clean energy or something like that? But that's a very human thing, very real.
Yeah, and I was definitely thinking Oppenheimer too, and this whole thing with, like, especially there was this whole Bata was talking about, like, being a man of science and everything, and I just recalled all of my like, I had a course in like the philosophy behind science and the whole ethics thing and everything. And it was really interesting. But this whole question about, should you always strive for the truth? And then there's this whole thing with, like, but what is the truth? And there are always ulterior motives, like you have to have funding, so someone has to be interested in your work and stuff like that. And yeah, I just thought it was a very interesting thing, also because I relate to it, being a scientist myself, or at least working in the field of science. But then there's always this thing you have to think about is, well, if you do something that could be a huge discovery in the field of science, whether it could be like medicine or something like that, the military will always try and make it a weapon or weaponize it in some sort of way. Then it's gonna be, instead of you trying to make it for the good of the people and the good of like for like the scientific truth or whatever, there's always gonna be this whole military thing. Can I use it as a military? Can I better my soldiers, or can I get better weapons, whatever, out of this invention you have going? I'm gonna take that. And then you end up accidentally, maybe accidentally creating a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, exactly. Like a scientist will just, out of pure, maybe out of pure curiosity, will just dive deep into a project and will list out all the possibilities and all the different ways that this can go. And if someone like the military or just someone in a powerful position is funding it and seeing, oh, that is a possibility, you can weaponize this, then focus on that, where the scientist might go, yeah, but I just found out of pure curiosity that that's an option, but that doesn't mean that I should do this.
Sometimes it's not even the scientist is not thinking about that whole aspect of it. The military or someone is thinking, oh, you can make like huge amounts of energy that kind of like, it's a huge amount of energy released in one little spot. Yeah.
That's very reminiscent of a bomb. Do that.
No, not necessarily. But then they're like, okay, that's great. I would like to pay for that. And then suddenly they get the royalties, and then they get the monopoly to use it. And suddenly they use this very, like, creating much energy in very little space means like a big kaboom, and then we have a bomb. So it's not necessarily that the scientist will say this is one of the ways it can go, but someone will think of it as saying, oh, I can weaponize this. I will, and I will make good money of it. So, that's.
It's just the sad reality of human nature, I guess.
Destruction.
And with that kind of sad and all too real comparison there, I think that's going to do it for this reaction and review of The Legend of Korra, Book 4, Chapter 6, The Battle of Zaofu. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.